The deputy says the sun was in her eyes and she never saw the pedestrian before hitting her. Now, if you take a look, they're actually moving the deputy car right now, but you can see the headlight was damaged, and then you can see the motorized wheelchair is still in the street. And then right here on the ground, tomatoes that the pedestrian was carrying are scattered and smushed. Now, even though the injuries were minor, a witness tells us the impact was loud and forceful.
She went over like this and her legs kind of cartwheeled in the air.
Intense heat, intense smoke, extremely thick. We're here on Coronado Hills, and the smoke is so thick that I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks like a structure, a home there is on fire. It has, Marianne. This is the third time the owner tells me that this business was broken into. In fact, it happened 3 years ago, and this is the rock. More and more details pouring in this morning, linking this case here to San Diego. We have confirmed that last night, the suspect's car, not just a car matching the description, but the specific car with the license plate, was spotted in the Kearny Mesa area. Now, that witness we spoke with, he says he was sitting at a bench, a table right there, when a Jeep pulled up less than an hour ago. The mayor pleaded guilty to 1 felony count of false imprisonment. Superhuman was the word a top FBI agent used in describing them to me today. HRT operators undergo a rigorous 2-week tryout process. This is one of many places along the fence of this home where it says beware of dog, and the shooting actually took place around the corner here. The defense grilled Michael Crow about his interest growing up in violent video games like Dungeons and Dragons, trying to paint a picture of a disturbed, dark, lonely teenager.
There's the wall. I've been living in this apartment complex for over 1 year and 4 months. All by myself.
It's hard to believe 5 years ago, Chris Anguiano spent 2 months in a coma.
So reach in, fill the bottle.
But even more incredible is the meeting he had today at Centinela State Prison.
He says that he feels bad and he's so sorry.
Anguiano's talking about the former Border Patrol agent who attacked him and his then girlfriend with these 2 hatchets while they slept. Gamaliel Rivera meant to kill his estranged wife and her new boyfriend, but went into the wrong bedroom.
I took his apology. I accepted it.
He was so glad and relieved to hear what Gamaliel had to say.
It's a conversation he and his therapist have been planning for months. And even if he didn't believe Rivera's side, hearing it brought him closure.
How he's so sorry what he's done to me, how he's changed my life forever. You know, I told him, you changed your life forever.
I think it's good to confront the person who harmed you, kind of raises you up and lowers him down.
She's seen him progress from rage and anger to being at peace.
I'm in a better place. I have freedom. He doesn't have freedom. I have life. I'm enjoying it in a different manner. Press it twice.
Like by watching TV, even if he now can't see.
Sounds like a war movie.
But no doubt he has his challenges.
Whoops. That was my door.
And may feel his attacker deserves more than 4 life sentences.
I feel like he should have been punished the way he punished me.
But today he took a big step.
I could say I forgive him, but I'm never gonna forget. The rest of my life, I'll remember this.
I feel like a zombie. I feel so alone.
Dorsey Dawson wakes up every morning reaching for her husband, but all she can grasp are his ashes. According to the medical examiner's investigative report, on March 28th, Richard Dawson was found not breathing in his central jail cell.
He was supposed to be in protective custody. What the hell happened?
Dawson was in protective custody, but that doesn't mean he didn't have a cellmate.
You know, the inmates were classified appropriately, were housed in the cell together appropriately.
But 4 days after Commander John Ingracia says they were placed together, Dawson was strangled to death. Investigators naming his cellmate the primary suspect.
He was fighting for his life.
That suspect, Brandon Mason, was never charged. Lieutenant Glenn John Antonio telling us there was no rush. He was already in custody. But now Dorsey may never get closure. Less than a month after the homicide, jail guards found Mason hanged by his neck with a sheet. He died at Scripps Mercy Hospital a few days later. His death ruled suicide. According to court documents obtained by NBC7, Mason's girlfriend had recanted the allegations that landed him behind bars. He had been charged with attempted murder, accused of stabbing her in the shower. But she later claimed she was high and stabbed herself.
I believe that he didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, that he was going down for something he didn't do.
NBC7 previously reported Mason's suicide, but we only knew about it thanks to a tip. The sheriff's department didn't mention the homicide he was suspected in at that time. Ingracia says before Dawson was found dead, deputies had performed security checks on time, but acknowledges
In this case, something did go wrong that caused the incident between the two.
But what exactly went wrong? NBC7 Investigates filed a public records request seeking answers. The sheriff's department wouldn't release any documents related to the two cases, indicating they're part of a law enforcement investigation and exempt from mandatory disclosure.
He wasn't the type of person that was confrontational. He's not going to knowingly provoke somebody.
While Dorsey pushes on for an explanation, Ingracia says crimes do occur in custody.
A jail is not unlike a small city. Only in this city, you have all the residents have either been convicted of a crime or are being charged with a crime. So it's a very difficult city to police.
Ingracia says since late 2011, San Diego County lockups have been flooded with more inmates than the system's rated for. That's when the prison realignment law requiring the state to reduce prison populations took effect, sending nonviolent, low-level felons to county jails. Take a look at the result. In 2011, there were 808 inmate-on-inmate assaults, but by 2013, a drastic increase, 1,463. Assaults on staff jumped from 58 in 2011 to 102 last year. And the number of drug and alcohol cases nearly doubled, 145 in 2011 to 279 in 2013. But statistics are no match for a wife's grief.
A loved one has been killed while in the custody of the sheriff's department. I don't care what crime they've committed, they're supposed to still protect them.
We don't condone it, and we try, our goal is to have 0 homicides in our detention facilities.
Toxicology reports reveal opiates in Mason's system, Ingracia says, were not prescribed.
It could have been he received medication from other inmates.
Investigators say Mason didn't leave a suicide note, nor did he ever admit to killing Dawson. We're told though Mason was the primary suspect, every inmate in the module is a person of interest in Dawson's homicide.
He didn't deserve what he got, what happened to him, because he made a bad choice. I miss him like crazy.
Do you remember his eye color?
No.
It starts with a series of questions.
What kind of skin complexion did he have?
I was like dark brown.
Dark brown. Darker than you?
Yeah, darker than me.
Then the witness uses this, the FBI facial identification catalog, piecing the suspect's face together from memory.
C29 on the eyebrows.
Next, the artist gets to work.
And I'm going to start with a very general outline of the face, really simple lines.
Since he started doing this in July, Deputy Mike Moeller's done 10 sketches. This one led to an arrest, victim ID, and conviction.
It was at least some validation that I'm doing it the right way.
He also sketched this guy, so-called El Chaparrito. He was wanted for 16 bank robberies across the county. The FBI believes he's now in custody after robbing a Claremont Mesa bank and leading police on a chase. He based his sketch on surveillance photos, which wasn't easy.
Because just as he was leaving the bank, his bandana was falling off his face, and he was trying to push it up.
But today's witness had a good look at his suspect, 2 to 3 minutes. He's a county employee who was making a delivery to the Vista detention facility when he saw someone on a bicycle.
When they opened the gate, that's when he just threw the bag, hopped on the bike, and just bolted out.
We're told the suspicious package was full of animal bones, teeth, and jaws.
And it's not the first time it's happened.
Just a skinny delivery guy. That's what it looked like.
Starting with the eyes and moving down.
So more shadow along the whole nose?
Yeah.
Okay, but still that shape.
Yeah.
Slowly, lines become shapes. And with some shadowing and detail, it starts looking very realistic.
When they tell me it's done, I put the pencil down and it's done.